Hey everybody, it's Mike here. Welcome to the channel. Well, today we are going to be creating, I think it's called a ball valve. I'm not sure. Kind of one of these guys, right? That's the idea. So, yeah, we're going to start off with a pipe. So that's going to be a cylinder. We're going to need to rotate that. Hold down J, flip it on its side. I'm going to hit Control A, open up the attribute editor and bump that up to a subdivision level of 40, right? Then we're going to go in here and we're going to right click, go to face, and we're going to drag select and delete those. So we basically have an empty pipe, right? From here, what we're going to do is we're going to extend that. So hit R, pull it out. I'm going to create a flange on one side and then I'm going to copy that over. So what I'll do is insert edge loop and set it to multiple and one, which will put one in the middle. Okay, cool. Then what I'm going to do is go over here to edge, double click, and what I'm going to do first is kind of mimic a weld. So I'm going to hit extrude. We are going to hit W, pull that out a little, and then hit R to scale it. So that's kind of where the weld is, right? Then we're going to do G to repeat, R to scale up. So that's going to be the first flat side, if you will. And that seems to be about right. We're going to hit G to repeat last command. We're going to hit W. We're going to move that out to about there. Then we're going to hit G to repeat. We're going to hit R to scale in. Approximately to right there. G to repeat again, W to push in just a little, G to repeat, R to scale down. That's going to be the main opening, and that's going to be going through and through once we have this copied over, right? Now that looks okay. I do need some bolt holes in here, or quite a few actually. So for that we'll take another polygon cylinder, E to rotate, hold on J, W to pull out, R to scale down. Actually, let's set this quite high because we don't need it to be low. I'm going to scale this down. This is going to be a Boolean action, and that doesn't leave the cleanest topology. So if you want to take this further and texture it and UV it and whatnot, you will have to do a remesh, but that's not the point of this video, right? So we got this, and I want those bolt holes to be going around, right? So I'm going to go to the top, right here, hit 4 for wireframe mode, so we can see this guy. We're going to move the pivot point, so hit the insert key, and people always ask me, where's the insert key? That's the INS key, and it's just above the delete key, right, on most keyboards. I'm going to hold down V, and I'm going to, hold on X, not V, and snap it to the center right there. Hit the insert key again, Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold down J, something like this, and then hit Shift D and go all the way around. Alrighty, so these will be my bolt holes. I'm going to select this guy, shift select these guys, and we're going to go to Mesh, Boolean, and Difference, and that looks good. And to get rid of that whole red section there, we're going to go up to Edit, Delete by Type, and History, right? So now that we have this, what we can do is copy this over. So I'm going to go in here, right click on the face, get rid of this, take this guy, Control T to duplicate, E to rotate, hold on J, flip it around, grab them both, mesh and combine, and then right click vertex, select the ones in the middle and go to edit mesh and merge, which is right there, right? And if you're wondering, is this a single object right now, you can hit 3 and usually you would get some kind of gap going on there, but it's fine. Now I think I'm going to smooth this guy out, maybe not. No, because if I did, I would have to remesh it first. We're not going to do that, right? Okay, so this is fine for now. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another cylinder. I'm going to set that to subdivision level of 60, as before. Okay, I'm going to set it to round cap, and I'm going to increase subdivision caps. And it doesn't have to be wildly high. This is okay. I am going to scale it up. So we're going to scale it up quite a bit to a point where this is sticking out from both sides, about there. And then hit W, move this up, because I kind of want it to look something like this. All right. Then we're going to do is, yeah, that should be a bit bigger than the rest. That's correct. We're going to right click, go to face, and get rid of these top faces. And that's all I did, which is good. And then I'm going to go in here and select this guy, shift like this guy, and go up to mesh, Boolean, and union. And then we'll have something looking like this. Select it, edit, delete by type, history. So that's gone. And this is now one shape. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to add flanges to the top, right? And then we're going to have nuts and bolts and whatnot. All right, so we're going to take this guy, we're going to go to edge, double click, let's move this down a little to about here. We're going to Control E to extrude, R to scale to about there, G to repeat, W to go up, G to repeat, R to scale in, G to repeat, W to push up, G to repeat, R to scale out. This needs to be exactly the same. So we're going to go into this view, hit 4. Good. G to repeat, W to push up. And there we want the same height, of course. Or try to get very close to that anyway. It looks to be about right. G to repeat, R to scale in. To about there. And then we're going to go and hit G to repeat, W to push up. To about there. R to scale in to the middle. We're going to go to insert edge loop, option box, let's do 5. Put in 5 right there. And then we're going to start to turn that into something looking a little bit like a sphere. So we're going to right click, go to edge. Let's hit R and scale that out. This one will come in a little bit. And this one will come in and go down. Something like that, right? Okay. So we'll have that. Let's do the nuts and bolts first. So what we'll do there is we'll take a number of these guys on the top. We're going to go and set that to 6. Then we're going to hit R. We're going to push that down, scale it down, right click to the edge, select both of these, hit bevel. That looks about right. Okay. Now these need to be small, of course. Let's jump to the top after frame. So that can be a little bit smaller. Let's position one of them after frame. All right. We're going to move that pivot again. Hit the insert key. Hold down X, snap it to the middle, hit the insert key again, Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold down J, that's 1, and then hold down Shift and hit D to go all the way around. So you get something looking like this, and then we want all of these. Let's hit 4, hit 5 again, Control D to duplicate, W to move down. We want them sitting down there, right? Now, technically this should be nuts and bolts. So in order to get that effect, what we're going to do is take another cylinder and let's scale that down quite a bit and give it some length. And we're going to go in here and we're going to right click at an edge. We're going to bevel that. We're going to go to edge. Let's push that way down. Let's do vertex so we got everything. All right. Let's go to modify and center pivot. Let's move that down. After frame. Let's look at it from here. We're going to hold down V. So it's snapped to the center. Then we're going to move that up. Like that. So that looks fine. Then we're going to go back in here. And what we're going to do is move that pivot point once again. Hit the insert key, hold on X. Hit it again. Control D to duplicate, E to rotate, hold down J, hold down Shift and hit D. There you go. So we have all of that, and then we want the actual valve section. And for that, we're going to go to Edge. Control E. W to pull up. Let's do something like this, right? And then what we need is a wheel, a handle, a wheel, whatever it's called, a knob. And for that, what we're going to do is take a polygon pipe, W to pull up. We're going to make it nice and flat. We're going to scale it up a little bit to about there. All right. We're going to go to the inside. We're going to double click on this guy and shift double click on this guy. Hit R, scale that out, squish it a bit. All right. Then we're going to create some bumps on it, if you will. So we're going to go to face, and we're going to select every other face here. All right. Extrude. Something like this. And then we're going to go in here and take these. and extrude once again. This time we're going to hit W and push them up. Right. So let's do a preview smooth. Let's hit 3. It will look something like that, which is nice. We're going to hit 1 to go back. We're going to need a number of arms here. So we'll take this guy, and we'll take, let's see, we'll skip 1 each time. And let's see how that turns out. Let's see, 3, 3, 3. Each one has 3 in the middle, so that should work. Control E, R to scale in. That's fine. And then we're going to take a sphere. F to frame, R to scale down. Let's make that a bit bigger. And then what we're going to do is cut off half of it, pretty much. Take this guy and hit R and kind of flatten it out. W to move that down. And then we're going to go in here, go to mesh and fill hole, and then take this and go to edit mesh and poke. There you have it. Let's take this guy, let's go to mesh and smooth, and let's set that to subdivision level 2. Right? This guy can come down a bit, and then we'll take both, we'll hit W, we'll move it down, and we can scale the whole thing down a bit. Mesh and combine, and then we're going to scale this down quite a bit. I think that's the appropriate size, maybe a little bit bigger. Right? And then we need to connect those 2 pipes here. So we're going to go with edge, we're going to double click on this guy, shift double click on this guy, we're going to go to edit mesh and bridge. Let's go to linear path, let's do, I don't know, 5 subdivisions in the middle, click on bridge. So there you go. And of course you would have an opening going up, and for that we need to create that opening. So we're going to take a cylinder, we're going to hit W, we're going to push that up and scale it down a little bit. W, push it up to about there. It's not sticking out on the top anywhere, which is good. So we're going to select this guy, and go to Boolean and difference, which will give us that cut. We can select it, go to edit, delete by type and history, and then you will have that opening in there, right? Now again, keep in mind, this is not a texture clean model, right? There are some issues with it, so you definitely need to remesh it, but that is how you can model something like this, right? Okay, now that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any request videos, do me a favor, let me know. I'll happily make a video on it. And that said, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.